Now you've had a lot of success in the little time, because I heard something that you went on vacay. You had a vacay. As I like to say.
Definitely.
You went away on vacay for a little while. Obviously, you know, you got involved in some stuff you shouldn't have been involved in.
Bad boy.
But you came out and you kind of switched up your whole steez.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
I mean, coming up, I've always been in like situations whereas I felt like as an adolescent I would have to prove myself, you know, because coming up back in like, you know, the mid-90s, it was a lot of crews and different type of situations where it was all about teams in different blocks. So like I kind of got caught up into that crowd at a very young age. And you know, it led to different situations and different habits that even as you matured that you couldn't break. So I mean, I just took those things each time and like learned from it. You know, somebody might learn the first time, someone might learn the second time, but it's all about if you do learn from what you go through. So I just think that all those things are embedded in my music, and that's what makes me like the type of person who's able to put a DVD and a CD out based upon me taking that vacation. Because who knows, if I didn't take that vacation, maybe my mind would still be just running around, not being ready to handle my business. So, you know, I think God, like, puts things in your way, not just as a challenge, but as another step to grow.
To get it out of your system early enough, because He knows you're blessed for greater things.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's really what it is.
I couldn't have said it better.
That's really what it is. I mean, everybody has their trials and tribulations, but what I want you to do is I want you to talk to that young man right now that's listening to you, that's probably Googling you right now, probably watching your videos on YouTube, probably watching, you work with, I'll get into that, you work with some real highly respectable artists that are nationally recognizable. But what would you say to that young man that's kind of caught up in the drama of the streets but wants to break into music and doesn't know how to let the streets go?
I mean, I would say that, like, experience is always the best teacher, but then there's some experiences that you can't come back from. So it's like if you're in the streets and it's like, so you got to choose one. It's impossible to do both. Like, you can't be in the streets and then you're going hard in the streets, but yet you want to go and do shows. How do you go out and do shows when you're so exposed to the streets that the streets is going to follow you to your shows?
Yep.
Like, you have to, like, really pick and go for what you really know. Like, is it going to be the streets? You going to, like, crash and burn? Or you going to go and, like, do your music and be one of the hottest rappers, one of the hottest producers? Like, the first step is always believing in yourself. You might have a lot of people that you run with, and it's like, it might come across as they believe in you. Not to say that they don't believe in you, but they believe in the image that you project. So if you project a positive image, that could always turn around more than just one life. You know, your peoples might see and be like, word, we ain't even with the street. We ain't even going to be in the hood like that. Let's build on the studio. Let's just go do music. It's like 3-4 of us rapping.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I
mean, experience is the best teacher, but like I said, some experiences you cannot come back from.
Definitely. I hear you on that. Now, I want you to talk about the artists, the producers, that you've worked with. Because you've worked with people ranging from everywhere. I know you got a video with a member from UGK.
Yeah, that's my man. He's a Leo. Shout out Smitty, too. I've worked with a lot of producers, but, like, there's this one major producer, my man Big John. He's out of Brockton, and he did the majority of the album. Then again, I got a up and coming young producer, my man Hammer Beats, and like he's done a lot of joints with like a lot of mainstream artists, Beanie Siegel, Frenchie, a lot of people. And my man Tito Austin, he's up and coming too. But then I got like a couple of New York producers that I dealt with. Get Bucks Entertainment, my man Tito Grams, Gungi. So I mean, it's a lot of people. I like to bounce around and like use up and coming. My man Mo, he's up and coming too. He's out of Boston.
But how does that work? Because that's always been a question of mine. For someone who's not on a major deal, was it just from the Hood's DVD that attracted
I can't know.
You know
Listen,
what I mean?
definitely shout out to Hood's DVD. It was a major influence as far as a lot of people recognizing me. But also, like, this is the thing. I could have did Hood's DVD and not did anything else because I thought that freestyle was so major and so dominant.
Yeah.
But from the Hood's DVD, like I said, Get Bucks, they out of Brooklyn. I actually did a lot of music with them, and they was the dudes who really started the reggaeton. Because Noriega and Capone, we used to all work out the same studio.
Nice.
And I started doing magazine ads with them. Like, this is all during the same time. To where when I did the magazine ad, I bought like 500 copies and put them in Boston myself. And I've had Boston artists in there, like, shout out, I don't know if I can say Chubb was in there, I don't know if it's a conflict.
No,
but
it's all good. We got love for everybody.
Yeah, but shout out my man Chubby Chubb, he was with me back then when we was doing it. My cousin Karen Hudson, she's out of New York. She helped, like, at the same time. We all were doing different things with different artists and had different connections. So, like, just from the Hood's buzz and then me being so consistent, it's like anything that came through the city. That's how I met Littles. You know, me and Littles been friends for like 10 years, like real good friends. And I just met him being a fan of the music. Because I seen his ad in the stores. He was selling a Mobb Deep DVD in his own DVD. And it was off an ad just like I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And I called. Like, you know, I've been dealing with the music forever. I like Mobb and I like what you're doing. How can I buy a copy? And he's like, who's this? I'm like, yeah, from Boston. He's like, yo, I'm coming down there. What's up? That's 10 years ago, and me and him been rocking out ever since.
So the statement, real recognizes real, couldn't be any real or any truer.
Definitely.
I love it. For anyone who's unfamiliar with Littles and his endeavors, he actually does the DVD production, and he also does the covers as well, right? Because I actually have one by Styles P that he did the cover for as well.
He's worked with Styles P, Mano, Rick Ross, Nas, Mobb, a lot of people. So shout out my homeboy.
Yes, shouts out to Littles in Queens. We got everybody up in here. You already know we're representing this touch. We got New England in the building, we got NY in the building, we got Miami, we got Cali, we got everything in between. We're going to jump into this song right here because I'm also feeling this. DJ Hot to Death. You going to play this for me? You know I like this. Oh, I can dig it. I can definitely dig that. I guess it's turned into Dillan Hour on Touch.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it.
Well, we're going to let DJ Hot to Death do what he does, and then we'll have the rapper Dillan right back shortly, and we'll continue our interview. If you have any questions for the man, you know you can call us. You should already have the number. You should have the number on speed dial, of course. 617-445-1061. Keep it locked.